los árbitros. Nosotros que vamos a pinchar la canción que dará entrada a las selecciones. Así que Juanfran, pónmela niño, pínchamela y ya vemos que entran las selecciones.
To this IFCPF World Cup encounter between Australia and Venezuela. Another quarter-final action as both teams walk out to the centre circle. We will hear both nations' national anthems before we get underway.
Ahí tenemos a las selecciones y es momento ahora de escuchar los himnos. Escucharemos primero el himno de Venezuela. Vamos a escuchar el himno de la selección de Australia. Aplaude el público que hoy se congrega aquí en esta bella instalación. Mucha gente venida de Australia y también, como no, le queremos dar la bienvenida al cuerpo técnico de la selección española que hoy también nos acompaña.
We will soon be getting underway for Australia and Venezuela. A reminder, I'm Jude Aston, and I'll be taking you through this game as we go through the team sheets for each team, starting with Australia. So in goal, and your captain is David Barber. Number 3 in attack is Kalen Ievan. Number 4, Alessandro La Baguetta. Number 9,
que por cierto mucha gente nos sigue desde Venezuela.
Number 11,
y les vamos
Jeremy
a
Boyce.
saludar como no
Number
puede
13,
ser de otra manera. Así que nada,
Taj
ahora
Lynch.
cuando yo me vaya a
Number
mi
14,
puesto de comentarista, mi
Augustine
compañero
Murphy.
Antonio Villar y un
And for
servidor,
Venezuela,
hay que
in
saludar a la
goal
gente
is
de
number 1,
Australia, lo harás
Christian
tú en
Moreno.
inglés.
Number 3, Edwin Rangel. Number 7, Gabriel Bravo. Number 6, Richard Mongodden. Number 11, Sal Torres. Number 5, Cachon Robert Cachon. And number 9, Jesse Yari. Your captain, Venezuela, is Robert Cachon. As both captains speak to the referee. Our referee in charge of this game is Daniel Wong. And I'm delighted to say, alongside me, taking you through this fixture, is Oliver Walker-Peel. How are you, Ollie?
Very well, Jude, and hope everyone is well. Great day for it. Obviously, both of these two teams finishing in the bottom halves of their respective groups, and so an opportunity for both to try and get that winning feeling back. Of course, it's been a while since Venezuela have had it. They've not won at all this World Cup. Australia won a couple of games ago against Thailand, but a chance for them to try and fight for 9th here.
De campo, así que en esta ocasión será Venezuela la que juegue en nuestra izquierda y Australia que jugará a nuestra derecha. Ahí vemos
it's a bottom half quarter final this, Jude, so 9 through 15 the teams who finished outside the top 2 of their group, but they'll play through, obviously win this, they go to the semi-final in the bracket and then a final, so it's a bottom half quarter final if you like.
As Venezuela look to get us underway, it will be Robert Cachon and Jesse Yari hovering over the ball. How do you see this one going, Ollie, as we get underway?
It's going to be interesting. Venezuela have played some tough teams in their group stage. They were in a very tough group, so it'll be interesting to see how they go against a team who is probably close to where they're at. And Australia have got some attacking players as well as Venezuela, of course. Both have got attacking talents. Of course, Daniel Campbell out for Australia on the bench is a big one. He was injured in their last game, so it'll be interesting to see how Jeremy Boyce goes in his place.
Rangel puts the ball forward. And it's blocked by Australia. Now Australia can find themselves on a counter-attack through Jeremy Boyce. Boyce goes for on goal, but it's blocked by Torres. Interesting first attack there, Ollie.
Well, that's what Jeremy Boyce can do. He is very, very quick and can run into space when he gets it. And he likes to run down the left and try and just curl one into that bottom right corner. I've seen him do it on a couple of occasions. Almost did it there, but Australia with a corner.
Yeah, well, it will be the first corner of the game for Australia. As the ball goes in towards the box. Rolls out of play for a Venezuela throw-in. Will be Bravo that takes his throw-in for Venezuela. As Rangel has the opportunity to go forward. But it will be a roll-in for Venezuela. As the ball goes forward to Yari. Yari drives forward using his pace. Tried to get the ball in. Was saved by Barber. First attack of the game for Venezuela. Using his pace there. Yari. As he looks to press the Australian defence.
Yeah, really positive from Jesse Yari down the down the Venezuela right, I should say. Australia struggling to keep with him there, and Mogolon was there in the middle and couldn't tap home. David Barber, usually good at close quarters, and made a decent save there.
Yari tries to keep the ball in play, but it will be Launder that takes the roll in for Australia. Barber takes a goal kick. As Lynch drives forward, goes out for a throw-in.
You usually see Australia set up like this in a back two with Lynch and Lavagetta. Looks like Venezuela They've got a 3 at the back. But you see Mogolon there out of that 3 who's about to receive here. He's the more likely to maybe go forward and have a look. They've got 2 wide players there in Mogolon and Torres who are both able to get forward, which will leave the central defender in that back 3 for Venezuela as the more stay-at-home defender, if you like. Through the middle in Edwin Rangel.
It's Mangonlin who gets the ball to Torres. Torres puts the ball against Launder as Venezuela's goalkeeper Moreno manages to get the ball out. Switch of play for Venezuela, but too much pace on that ball as it goes out of play. Will be a throw-in for Australia. The Vegeta with the roll-in as Boyce attacks the ball. The referee blowing his whistle here, as it will be an Australia free kick. A pause in play here while the referee confirms everything. Ball goes long. Meets the head of Australia's number 14, Will McGrath, but too much pace on that. Boys. Torres, sorry, getting number 11s mixed up for both teams there. As McGonlin. Rangel drives the ball forward. In towards Yari. Deflected nicely. As Venezuela can take a corner for the game. It's Bravo. Bravo does well to keep the ball as Australia are pressing him. And he manages to win a free kick for Venezuela. Bravo does.
Right at the edge of the box there. It was well worked short from Venezuela, and I've liked what I've seen from Gabriel Bravo in the tournament. It's going to be interesting to see what Robert Chacon does here if he elects to go for goal. Tighter angle, and Australia with more numbers in the box, so this one might go short, although now it looks as though they've got Mogolon going to the goal mouth.
Gone into the goal, but it's parried out by Barber, who might have hurt himself in the process. Seems to be in a bit of trouble there as the referee blows his whistle.
Yeah, just grabbing it in at his hand then.
Will be
David Barber.
It will be the medical team that comes onto the pitch. Of course, Barber made his debut for Australia in 1999. Became the most capped Pararoo with in good company.
He's the most capped male Australia player ever. So
in good company is David Barber.
He went past Tim Cahill and Mark Schwarzer within the last year and a half in terms of the most capped players, male players for Australia. There's still a few Matildas that are above David Barber, with Claire Polkinghorne being right at the top. But it's Australian appearance number 115 for David Barber today, which it's a crazy number.
Yeah, and as you say, you know, Barber is definitely in fine company, being at the top of that appearance list for Australia. as Venezuela look to take the corner. They opt to go towards Torres. As Bravo drives forward with the ball. Venezuela, McGonlin had an opportunity to get the ball here. Ball goes out by Levetta as it's won back by Venezuela's Bravo.
Haphazard start from Australia at the back. A real opportunity there for Mogolon to try and get on the ball in the middle, and he was in so much space. It's been lacklustre from Australia to start at the back, and they're lucky they're not behind already.
Absolutely is. Robert Chacon moves the ball across the pitch. It will be Torres that puts a long ball in as Australia battle with the ball. Lynch puts the ball forward as Australia now find themselves on the attack. Ball goes in towards Boyce. Opportunity from Boyce. It's cleared by McGonlin for an Australia corner.
Yeah, great play down the Australia right there. Mogon getting back did so well to ensure it didn't go in at the near post. Jeremy Boyce had a couple of goes at it, and it had Krista Moreno beat, but didn't go over the goal line, and so it's still at 0-0, but great play from Mogon to get back and make sure this game was still level.
As the ball goes in, header for Australia. Murphy with the chance, but goes over.
And particularly at this World Cup, Jude, they've looked some corners to find Augustin Murphy. He's a tall lad. He scored 4 goals against Thailand. And if you consider that that is quite incredible in itself, he scored more goals in this World Cup and in that game than he did in his career leading up.
As the ball goes in here, it's won back by Venezuela confidently. As Yari brings the ball forward, but it goes out for a roll-in. Will be Bravo that takes this roll-in. As Rangel puts the ball across. Murphy presses well there, pulling the Venezuela defence under pressure. So it will be McGonlin that takes this throw in. Goes towards Rangel, but it goes out as McGonlin gets another opportunity as a roll-in, as the referee does blow his whistle. It seems as though
it's Rangel who's down. Just he tried to play the ball then was perhaps caught late, or it's left in a bit of problematic situation for him, but he's back up and playing now.
As Bravo can try to get the ball forward. It's Chacon driving forward. Torres puts the ball in the direction of Bravo, but it will be a roll-in for Venezuela as we approach the 12-minute mark of this game so far. It seems as though Venezuela are more alert in this game. Ollie?
And they have started well, but Australia have allowed them chances to go forward. There's a lot for both sides to sort out, but I think I'd be happier if I was part of the Venezuela coaching staff. Of course, it's worth mentioning that Venezuela's head coach, Gustavo Pulido, was sent off in the last game, so he's not in the dugout. Davey Labrador is taking over from him today.
As London wins the ball back confidently, drive towards the box. An opportunity there for Australia through Launder, but Launder just gets it wide of the post. But first opportunity there for Australia through on goal. They want to see more of that in this fixture. As the ball goes through, Boyce goes down. The referee continues. As Chacon with the ball. It goes towards Yari. Yari takes a shot. It's wide. As Barber kicks the ball out to his teammate in La Regueta. Will be a throw in taken by Launder as the ball goes long, and the referee says it's a penalty to Australia. Handball offence. Will be a penalty for Australia as Australia get the chance to go ahead in this game. It's a handball offence against Venezuela as Australia step up to take this penalty. It'll be Murphy with the penalty that strikes the ball home. Real opportunity there for Murphy, and confidently takes the penalty. So while Venezuela might have had more of the ball and more of the possession, it's a penalty that separates these two sides. A confident, calm penalty from Murphy means it's Australia 1, Venezuela 0. Real hard done by there, Venezuela will. But it was a handball offence, meaning Australia take the lead, Ollie.
Yeah, good penalty from Augustin Murphy, who's found some goal-scoring form at this World Cup. He got 5 of them, and I think he'd have taken that as a good return before the tournament with a couple of games to play. A few Venezuela complaints from the penalty decision, but Daniel Wong was in a great position to see it, and Augustin Murphy able to put the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, as Rango tries to bring the ball forward. As it's deflected by Australia there, was won back by Chacon. Both players from both sides have gone down there. Chacon and Murphy, the goal scorer, that separates these two sides. Will be a free kick for Venezuela. It seems as though the captain is in a bit of trouble here for Venezuela. As Chacon requires medical assistance. It's Lynch having a word with the referee while Chacon receives treatment. So it seems as though Chacon is back upon his feet and happy to continue, but he does need to wait for the official referee confirmation. He has now got that as he re-enters the pitch. As the ball is won back by La Vegeta, but Venezuela winning back quickly, as they have done many times in this opening 18 minutes. Yari wins a corner for his team. As Yari puts the ball in towards McGonagall. As Rangel takes a shot, but it's too much power for that shot, and it goes over the bar. Wow, quite far over the bar actually. As Barber can take a goal kick. How do you think both sides will be assessing the opening 19 minutes or so of this game?
I think both sides will be happy with elements of it. Australia obviously with the lead. I think Venezuela have looked comfortable in possession when they've had it, but they haven't really threatened David Barber outside of the one chance of the goal mouth earlier on. They'll want to get more opportunities inside the box, but I don't think they'll be too unnerved by the fact they're only one down because they've had chances.
Yeah, absolutely is. Australia looks to drive forward through Lynch, but referee blows the whistle. Will be a free kick for Australia as Levetta looks to take this. So, the ball goes long, but it's saved comfortably by the goalkeeper, Moreno, as he gets the ball out quickly towards Rangel. One back by Lynch, as Lynch now goes forward towards Boyce, with one back. As Australia battle for the ball in between the centre circle, and Launder looks to grow forward. It's Murphy now towards Boyce. As both Boyce and Rangel go down. Well, Australia did have the ball for a moment, but it's one back as it's currently Torres on the ball towards Bravo. There's one back now. There's an opportunity for Australia through Boyce. Boyce goes through, but he's defended nicely. As McGonagall has the ball. Murphy still down. Shot by Chacon, but it's over the bar.
Seen a fair few delays, haven't we, for injury stoppages. Jeremy Boyce down for Australia, as is Edwin Rangel for Venezuela. It's been a bit of a stop-start half, really, Jude. There hasn't been much free-flowing football from either side, really, for mine. And it's been a little bit of a tough half to watch in that sense of, you know, we want to see teams be able to play their best football and, you know, have no injury stoppages if we can. But, of course, sometimes they are unavoidable, and it's disappointing for players when they are injured. But so far we haven't had any forced off, which is good. Looks like Boyce will be fine as well to come back on, and Rangel back on his feet too.
Lynch. Back to Barber. Barber goes long. Towards Murphy. Murphy can attack now. One back by Rangel. As the ball goes towards Bravo. Bravo now has an opportunity to attack, but he's put under pressure by Launder, which means it will be a roll in for Bravo to take. As Bravo goes to Chacon. Chacon now with an opportunity. Goes towards the goal. But Barber safely collects the ball. As he looks to start an attack now. It's Boyce running towards goal. Boyce takes a shot. Another shot. But it's wide. Will be a corner though for Australia. Nice piece of attacking play there from Australia, Ollie, as the corner looks to be taken.
Yeah, Jeremy Boyce has started this game really well. A couple of opportunities there was well found, and he's one that, again, if he's got space, will go straight into it. A couple of opportunities and a chance for Australia. With the corner here, they'll probably be looking for one of Launder or Murphy, I'd imagine.
Leverghetto with the long corner. Not dealt with properly by Venezuela, but it does go out for a goal kick of Moreno. Will be taking this goal kick.
And Christian Moreno was involved in a little bit of controversy, let's say, in the game against Ireland, their last group game. He was yellow carded after a bit of involvement with Darren Martin, who'd been put through on goal, and he was able to score but was collected, and Moreno was booked for that, but only a yellow, so he's able to feature here.
Rangel goes towards Torres. But it's collected nicely by Barber. Barber now goes long once again. And Boyce can go long. Boyce gets the ball as he's attacking towards the goal, but it's dealt with nicely by McGonagall.
Unfortunate moment there for Edwin Rangel. Just as Boyce was running at him, he slipped and fell over, and Boyce was then allowed more space to run into. Couldn't fully capitalise as well as he might have liked, but another chance for Australia here with a Luke Launder ball in.
Long ball. As Leverghetto battles with the ball, but it is Bravo that gets the better, and he has a chance now as he runs into space towards Chacon. Chacon has opts to take the shot. It's blocked. And Luke Launder ensures that it's only a throw-in for Bravo to take. Barber gets the ball to Leverghetto, but it's won back by Venezuela as Bravo can now go forward, but Barber collects calmly. So it's Murphy now. Barber started that attack. It's won back. There's been many times in this first half where Murphy has had an opportunity, Ollie, but the defence have been good by Venezuela.
Yeah, it has. They've looked resolute at the back. I talked about the back three that we saw earlier on. They've been resolute, as we saw one of them go forward again there, trying to play the pass into the channel for himself, Torres, and that's what they can do. They're disappointed at that decision going the other way, but you just see when Sal Torres gets on the ball, he has the opportunity to move forward. He's allowed to move forward. So that might be one way that Venezuela can attack Australia down the flanks.
As Murphy comes deep. Long ball towards Van Heer, but it's won back by Chacon. Chacon now has the ball towards Yari, but it's defended nicely by Vegeta as Torres now switches the play towards Chacon. As Chacon tries to go forward, but once again, the captain of Australia collects. As Boyce can now go forward, looks to take a shot, but it's blocked by Rangel. Launder trying to keep the ball here. However, the referee says free kick. So, Chacon, through to Rangel, Torres, to Bravo. Rangel has space to drive forward while the Australia team are all back. Ball booted out by Lynch. As Torres can now keep the ball. Well, it's won back by Launder. As Launder can now go forward, but he clashes with Torres. As now Venezuela are on the attack. Good strike there from Yari, but it's over the bar. It's 3 minutes of additional time in this fixture as we look to end the first half. As we approach the closing stage of this first half, Ollie, what's your assessment?
It's hard one to assess, really. I think Venezuela are happy to have it stop-start, which it's been the majority of the time, and Australia have had a couple of chances, but haven't really threatened to go forward here. Couldn't make anything of it, and aside from the penalty, they haven't really tested Cristian Moreno, so that'll be something that Kyle Lammert and his coaching team will look to try and rectify in the second half, but they are in front, so they'll take that into the break if they can, of course. Venezuela still with time to equalise.
Torres. As now Australia can go forward. Van Heer chasing the ball, but he's put out by Rangel. It will be Launder that looks to take this throw in. Looks as though he's going to opt to go long. Towards Murphy. As Boyce takes a shot there. But it's wide of the post. A chance there for Australia from Boyce. But wide of the post. As McGodlin is on the ball. He gets past Murphy. And Chacon can now bring the ball forward. He looks towards the direction of goal. But Barber doesn't need to worry.
Might now, though.
As though the referee has called for a corner, in fact. Barber is questioning that, but seems as though it will be a corner as McGonlin takes the ball, but there seems to be confusion between both sides here.
Yeah, there is. There was original signal for a corner and then a goal kick, so there was a bit of confusion.
So to confirm it, is a goal kick actually for David Barber as he goes long.
The ball was left in the quadrant there by Mogolon as well. After he put it there, he just ran back into position and left it.
And that's the half-time whistle here at pitch 8 at the Football Slough complex. It's Australia 1, Venezuela 0. Penalty that separates the two sides. It was Murphy that scored the penalty, Calm. But it's been an interesting first half, and we'll be back shortly for your second half in this game.
¿Cómo estás viendo este partido, Pelé?
Bueno, estamos viendo un partido disputado como esperábamos, a la espera de ver cuál será el vencedor, que será nuestro rival directo en la próxima eliminatoria. Y bueno, analizando ambos equipos para preparar el partido siguiente.
¿Hay algún equipo que te interese por vuestro juego, por el juego que despliega la selección más que uno, otro más que uno, o da igual? Vamos a ganar, sea quien sea.
Bueno, al final es estudiar a ambos equipos para ver su sistema de juego y sus jugadores y demás, pero realmente nos preocupamos de nosotros mismos. Venimos con un trabajo bien preparado, bien trabajado desde el inicio y tenemos que seguir con esa manera de trabajar. Así que simplemente estudiarlos para preparar el partido, pero preferentemente. Y lo que más nos importa en nuestro equipo, seguir en el nivel que estamos compitiendo y continuar.
Muy bien, pues don Jorge Peleteiro, el seleccionador nacional, muchísimas gracias. Siempre es tan amable en los micrófonos de la Federación Española de Parálisis Cerebral. Todo un lujo tenerte aquí, todo un lujo poderte preguntar. Y nada, toda la suerte del mundo para el martes. Don Jorge, el hombre del ciclismo también, ¿no?
Sí, bueno, ahí estamos un poquito el deporte. Muchas gracias.
A ti, Jorge, un polifacético del hombre del deporte que ya se va raudo y rápido con sus compañeros de el staff técnico. Tenían prisa, se iban a ir, pero bueno, como buenos periodistas les hemos metido ahí el micro, la alcachofa al bueno de Jorge, y es un tío grande, nunca rehuye una pregunta. Y bueno, pues hemos llegado al descanso de este partido. Recordamos ese partido que se está disputando entre Venezuela y Australia. Australia vence 1-0 a Venezuela. Y nos vamos a la segunda parte de aquí un ratito, chicos.
Hello, welcome back to this second half between Venezuela and Australia. Current score is Australia 1, Venezuela 0. It was Murphy that opened the scoring from the penalty spot. There is a substitution for Venezuela as Anderson Alvarez enters the pitch, as well as Felipe Quintana also entering the field.
Felipe y Anderson en la selección de
Will be Australia to get us underway.
Empieza la segunda parte, recordemos ese 1-0 en el marcador.
The long ball goes towards Venezuela, but it will be a corner.
Just to complete those half-time changes for you, it was Richard Mogollon and Jesse Yari, the two players, taken off, Jude.
What do you think the thought processes behind those are as this corner is taken, Ollie?
Just fresh legs, I would think.
It's the better with the long corner. One back by Bravo as Murphy now battles with Bravo. Bravo is successful though as Quintana can go forward. It's Chacon that has the ball. Torres can now go forward as Bravo Venezuela just passing the ball around as they look to progress the ball forward. The ball is won back as Boyce can now go forward, but he can't find an Australia shirt. As Torres can now link up with Quintana towards Rangel. Chacon goes towards Quintana as Quintana is now on the ball. Shot taken by Quintana. Well, it's too high and too much speed on the ball for an opportunity as Barber now looks to take the goal kick. Current score is Australia 1, Venezuela 0. What have been your thoughts and assessment, Ollie?
Not much has changed since half-time. Just a few minutes ahead, I think, Jude. I think that's going to be what shapes this game.
Yeah. As Murphy brings the ball forward, but it's won back as Quintana has an opportunity. Bravo now. Quintana gets the ball. Tackle there by Murphy. As Australia retain possession. It's Boyce. Quintana now on the ball. As Bravo can go forward. Links up well with Chacon. Chacon tried to take the shot, but it's deflected by La Regueta. An opportunity from this corner. Ollie?
Yeah, there is. Chacon might be the player to look for here as Venezuela have got a player down. It's one of their half-time substitutes in Anderson Alvarez, who is down. You never like to see anybody down, but I suppose when you've got a player who's just come on, that's not ideal. The Pararoos player plays there locally in Venezuela. He'll make his way to the touchline and hopefully is okay to continue.
Seems as though the referee is in discussion with Barber. As the ball goes in, header by Chacon. Barber will go long towards Launder. Booted away as Australia look to chase the ball. The goal scorer in this fixture, Murphy, made his debut in July of 2018 versus USA. As a long ball goes in towards Rangel. Bravo now looks to bring the ball forward. Bravo, who plays for Carabobo in Venezuela. As Murphy goes forward, links up well with Boyce. Boyce with an opportunity there, but it will be a goal kick as Moreno takes the kick. There are quite a few players that play for Carabobo in this Venezuela team. The goalkeeper, Moreno, being one of them. As a long ball was launched over. But it's Barber that takes care of it. As the ball now goes towards Vegeta. Vegeta to Launder. As Chacon battles to get the ball and wins his team a foul. Rangel. It's Chacon and Boyce battling with the ball as Australia in possession here. It's Murphy. It goes down as Launder is alert. Managed to kick the ball, but it'll be a foul there from Bravo as the referee says free kick to Australia. So this will be a free kick for Australia, Ollie.
Yeah, well again, Launder will be the player to aim for in the middle of the number 9 for Australia. Chacon tries to organise things.
Australia team did show for handball there, but it will be a corner, says the referee. Seems as though Australia are having more opportunities this second half, Ollie. Of course, it was the penalty that separated the two teams as this ball goes in. Headed away from Rangel as Boyce takes the shot, but too much pace.
Crossbar challenge on the bigger net as well. There was a video that he was involved in doing a crossbar challenge with a few of his Pararoos teammates a few months ago and couldn't hit it then and did there, but just the wrong net as it goes back to Moreno.
Rangel. One back by Boyce. But it's Bravo now who has the ball. As Quintana can take a chance. He takes a chance, but there's not enough pace on that ball for it to trouble Barber. Barber does just enough to get the ball. There's Australia now on the counter-attack. There's a foul there by Venezuela. As Boyce was fouled. So, an opportunity for Australia.
Una falta peligrosa en el frontal del área, una falta que ahí tenemos a Bergueta, el número 4, detrás del esférico, detrás del balón. Chacón que no para de discutir, de hablar con el árbitro. Recordemos el vuelo de Daniel Won y ya está preparado. Le dice el árbitro Won.
It was Rangel with the card there. Be a yellow card for Rangel. As he committed that foul, as the Australia look to put the ball in from this free kick. Look, Launda with an opportunity in the box, as well as Van Heer, but also Murphy supports. Goes in, but he's blocked by Shakan. As Launda puts the ball out, as Bravo can now take this. Van Heer tries to put pressure on the goalkeeper. But Torres can now go forward with the ball as he tries to link up with Quintana. Torres. As Boyce can go forward. Goes past. But it's deflected. As now Bravo can go on a counter-attack. Bravo takes a shot, but doesn't trouble Barber. Bravo had a few opportunities this half and throughout this game, Ollie.
Yeah, he's able to get himself forward. He's looking to get out wide again, down the flanks as I mentioned earlier. It looks to be Venezuela's best route to goal, and Australia trying to use it here as well. But both teams trying to go down the flanks, keep this game wide. If it stays narrow, it might suit Venezuela a little bit more because they're not as stretched at the back, but we'll have to see.
11 goals for Bravo, while representing his country. Will be a corner, which will be taken by Shakan. Ball goes in, but it's wide for another corner.
It was Lavagetta back there who wasn't sure where David Barber was and if he had that covered, so he just thought to turn it behind. But this pressure building from Venezuela, they need to keep this up, because if they can keep the chances coming, then that might be where Australia crack under pressure.
Torres, Bravo once again. Shakani's up top. Bravo goes back to Torres. Bravo looks to go in the middle, but decides to pass to Rangel. As Alvarez now on the ball. Australia win it back, but it means another attack opportunity for Bravo. As Bravo goes to Rangel. Rangel to Alvarez. Alvarez with a shot. What a wonderful strike. Shakan there with a wonderful goal. What a wonderful strike there. As we are now level, it's Australia 1, Venezuela 1.
y ha sido el capitano, el capo, el mariscal de campo, ese número.
Yeah, it took a deflection on the way through. Good build-up play this though. It was worked out down the Venezuela right.
We're back underway, but they are level. We are level now. Australia 1, Venezuela 1.
El hombre gol de Venezuela. Hombre.
Okay, got back to Rangel, and I'm not sure if it took a flick on the way through. It was a shot from Rangel on the edge. It looked like it took a deflection, but it's just a question of who off. It's tough to tell on the replay. Might well have been off for Taj Lynch. I reckon that's a Edwin Rangel goal.
So it's Rangel that equalises for Venezuela. As Australia just have a player down. It is Van here. But he managed to get back up on his feet. So just to confirm, we're now level. And it was Rangel, by looks of things, that took a shot, which means it's all to play for at the Football Salao complex.
Tenemos la fortuna de poder disfrutar de su trabajo. Qué bien trabaja el hombre, de qué manera levanta la bandera.
Rangel being very vocal to ensure that his team do not concede from this. Nice block by Bravo there to ensure we are still level.
That was heading in as well. That was definitely heading in.
Pace on the ball, and he was going in the direction of the net. Well, it's Van here that would take his corner. Murphy and Launda in the box, as well as Boyce. Ball goes in towards Murphy, but too high, too much pace, and Moreno can take the kick.
Worth a reminder too that these games will have extra time and penalties if we're level after the hour. 2 halves of 10 minutes, and then if we need to go to penalties, it's 3 spot kicks before we go to sudden death if required. So slightly different to 11-a-side, but we need to have a winner at the end of this as Murphy's down receiving treatment. Murphy looks to be okay, which is a good sign. Of course, Australia wouldn't want to lose any more players to injury. Of course, Daniel Campbell is on the bench, but you'd think that after the injury was forced up with the other day, he wouldn't be at 100% fitness, but we'll have to see how Murphy is. He's fine. He's back onto the pitch as Australia are preparing a change by the looks.
Yep, as we are now back underway. As Rangel looks to bring the ball forward. Chacon to Torres. As Torres can now go forward. To Bravo. Bravo might look to cut inside, but it's a good block from Launda, but it will be a roll-in for Bravo to take. It seems as though we are going to make that substitution for Australia, as the goal scorer. Murphy will be coming off. Of course, scored the penalty in the opening stage of this game. And it will be Ben Roche that comes on. 63 caps for Australia. 32 goals.
Yeah, a lot of those goals have come earlier in Ben Roche's career. He's not scored in a few years now for his country, but he had recently retired from international football, but has come out of retirement to represent his country.
Rangel. Torres. Towards Chacon. And Chacon now has space and takes a shot as it goes towards Quintana. Quintana takes a shot, but too high. So, we're approaching the 50-minute mark. As Vegeta goes forward. We are level. As Bravo looks to go forward. Bravo has options. He goes to Quintana. As it is a corner.
To throw, I think the court has gone the other side of the corner flag.
Will be a roll in there as Bravo does roll it in. Shot from Chacon, but too high once again. As Australia can go forward now. It's long towards the direction of Launda, but too much pace on that ball. Chacon. Ball one back. As Roach goes in the direction of Lynch. One back there by Chacon, but it will be in the direction of Barber. Vegeta. Put out by Rangel. Rangel plays for Tashara in Venezuela. It will be Launda that takes this throw in. As the ball goes towards the goal, but it is covered by Moreno. Torres. So Bravo. They can go towards Rangel. Rangel launches the ball forward. A chance now. What a chance that was for Quintana. He has a chance. He finds himself through on goal. The ball comes to him, but it's wide of the post, Ollie.
Yeah, quite simply has to score. It's an unguarded goal. Barber was flapping at it. Didn't get there, and Quintana had near on an unguarded goal. Played by Quintana, and couldn't put it into the back of the net. Huge, huge opportunity missed for Venezuela, who should be 2-1 up.
Of course, Quintana scored a brace versus
against Chile, the last Parapanam games that he scored a brace. Hasn't quite been as influential in this World Cup, but Australia moving forward here.
Yellow card for Bravo. Is a foul on Boyce. So, an opportunity for Roach to put the ball in.
Peligrosa para el equipo, para la selección de Australia, Antonio. Roach, que ha entrado también al terreno del juego, nosotros lo que pasa es que con la chachera pues no nos hemos dado cuenta. Teniendo aquí a dos estrellas de la selección española, no hacemos
Plays for football Victoria, does Ben Roach. As we go to take this free kick. Ball goes in, it's blocked by Quintana. As Chacon can go forward. Links up well with Rangel. Rangel goes to Quintanas. As Alvarez now has the ball. Bravo now. As Roach can now attack. Wins the ball back successfully. What can Australia do with that attack? Well, the ball goes out of play. It will be a throw-in for Australia. It will be Lynch that takes this. He played both games versus USA, Lynch, in February. As the ball goes long towards Launder. The ball goes towards Rangel. As we approach the final 5 minutes of this game, we go in the direction of Alvarez. Chacon with a shot. Was saved by Barber in the Australia goal. As Roach can go forward now. Ball goes in. A chance. But now Venezuela can counter-attack. It's Chacon. To Quintanas. To Alvarez. We're entering the final stage of this game now. Alvarez still on the ball. Chacon. Wide. Seems as though player is down and required medical assistance.
It's Taj Lynch, the player, getting some stretches from his captain, David Barber. And we're ever so close to needing extra time here, Jude.
Indeed.
Been a good second half from Venezuela. After drawing back level, they haven't given Australia anything, and it's going to be interesting to see if we do need extra time, who copes with that better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it has been an entertaining game as Australia look to go forward. Booted away from Rangel as Chacon tries to keep the ball in play. Alvarez with the throw-in that will be taken. Torres. Bravo to Torres now. Intercepted by Roach. As Chacon goes long. Torres. Chacon. Ball goes in. Now just an opportunity for Australia to counter-attack now. As Lorna goes long in the direction of Boyce. Boyce manages to keep it in. Now Boyce tries his best to keep it in, but too much pace on that goal. Too much pace on that ball. As Bravo goes forward towards Quintanas, who had an excellent opportunity earlier on. Open goal, but he put it wide of the post, and it looks as though we might be going into extra time. Less than an opportunity from Chacon here. You can't help but think that Quintanas will be frustrated with that, Ollie, and it might be a different story if that went in the back of the net.
Well, it would be a different story because Australia would then need to be chasing the game. Extra time wouldn't be the worst result for them as we move into 4 added minutes. Still more than enough time for either team to win it in normal time. But absolutely, if Quintana scores, it's a much different game.
Ball goes long. Lorna keeps it in. Now Van here. As it will be a goal kick. Van here not very happy with that. As Rangel to Chacon. The referee blows the whistle. It is Rangel that is down. Now back to his feet as he receives his ball now. Ball goes long. Lynch. To Launda. There's one back. Australia now have the ball. As Lynch tries to keep the ball. As Torres now can go forward. Bravo now with an opportunity. Ball into the box. Headed away. Quintina. Keeping the ball. Goes down, but referee said no. As Australia could now go forward. But too much pace on that ball, Ollie, and we enter the final minute of additional time.
Yeah, it looks like we're headed for extra time here. And so the game plan will have to be sorted for the extra 20 minutes, unless Venezuela gets something here.
Be a corner ball. As Bravo can take the corner, or it might be short. As Bravo picks up the ball from Quintanas. To Torres. Torres to Rangel. Rangel goes long, but far too much pace on that ball. As we're in the final moments of normal time, it'll be Barber that takes a goal kick. And it's a free kick for Australia. Foul goes against Torres. And the plan of action here, Ollie, will be what?
Well, it depends who stands over it. If it's Alessandro Lavagetta, then this might end up being on goal. He had a couple of opportunities with a free kick in recent times. He had one that almost caught Damien Skellikens out in the Netherlands goal in the last game. Might look to just fire this one through a crowd and see what happens.
So, it's Lavetta towards the goal. When it's deflected, it'll be a corner for Australia. As the corner goes in. from Van Heer. Van Heer puts the ball in. Headed away by Chacon. And that's the final whistle. It looks like we are going to extra time at the Salad Football Complex. The current score is Australia 1, Venezuela 1. Ollie, your thoughts?
Yeah, there was a late Australian shout for a penalty. Ben Roach went over, there was nothing in it. And that's all fine. Venezuela have been really good, actually. Australia haven't been at their best going forward, and Venezuela took that chance in the second half with Rangel. They should have taken another one with Quintana, and if they had, this game might already be over. But it's not. I think Venezuela have probably been the better side. They've probably shaded it, particularly in the second half. There's not been too much in it, but it's all up for grabs as we move towards extra time.
Indeed, it will be interesting, of course, as we go into extra time. Both sets of teams just getting instructions.
¿Tienes algo que contar a tu padre? Yo he venido aquí a hablar de fútbol. A mí me ha puesto aquí a hablar de fútbol.
So, we are ready to get back underway for this first half of extra time. Be interesting to see how this extra time goes. Remember the current score: Australia 1, Venezuela 1. Alongside me is Oliver Walker-Peel. As we go into this extra time, Ollie.
Yeah, we do. And I think Australia, in some senses, can count themselves lucky that they are here as we get kicked off. Venezuela with a massive opportunity that they probably should take, and you expected Quintana to take, but anything can happen from here. As Van Heer is at it.
Van Heer wins a foul. It was
So a few Australian fans wanting a foul. Sorry, Jude. A few Australian fans were wanting a foul and a card, but no card produced by our referee, Daniel Wong of Singapore.
Yeah, as Roach looks to step over this free kick. Might be a direct one. It is a direct one. It goes in directly into the hands of Moreno. There's Torres can go forward. To Rangel. Rangel goes long towards Quintanas. There's long ball. Goes towards Australia. Will be a corner for Australia. As Australia look to put this corner in. Will be Van Heer with the ball. Headed away from Chacon. As Launder puts the ball back. David Barber now. David Barber just assessing his options as he goes towards Vegeta there. As it's now Roach. Lynch toward Boyce. As Van Heer goes down again. There's Bravo. Attacks. Rangel now goes forward. Quintanas is in the box. Well, it's calm by Barber. And if either team are going to get any opportunities in this extra time, Ollie, you'll need to be soon.
Yeah, you'd think so. There is plenty of time, but you'd rather it sooner, just to give yourself a lead and try and protect it. Australia looking long. I wonder if that's the ploy now for Launder to try and knock things on like that.
Shot there from Launder. Had Van Heer in support, but just couldn't quite get to the ball. There's Alvarez goes forward. Quintanas. Bravo. Moreno to Bravo. Bravo can go forward now. He goes long. And was that a shot, Ollie?
Probably not. I wouldn't have thought. The fact that sometimes when you can't tell if it's a cross or a shot or a ball in behind or a shot, then the plan didn't really work.
No. I thought it was very ambitious there. As we are now with Lynch on the ball. As Roach puts it out. Bravo has another opportunity.
Both teams have got to keep their concentration here. Can take one lapse for another team to capitalise and score.
Roach doing well here, using his pace. Ball goes into the box. And he was there to support, but it's collected by Moreno. As Moreno will now start an attack via Bravo. If Bravo can go forward now. Bravo to Quintanas. Quintanas takes a shot over the bar. 2 opportunities from Quintanas in normal time and now extra time. And that was an opportunity, wasn't it, Ollie?
Yeah, it is. Quintana likes to work off the left and try and cut in. He was afforded a bit too much space to shoot. Lynch didn't get as tight to him as he could have done, and that allowed the shot just over the top. So Australia have to be careful when he's around the ball.
Here's a corner for Australia. As Van Heer will take. Launda, Boyce, and Roach all approaching into the box ahead of this corner. But Lynch instructing to wait to Van Heer. As Van Heer could go long here. He does go long. As the ball is booted out. And Bravo chases, but it's Van Heer that wins it back. Ball to Roach. Roach just couldn't quite get connection with the ball there. Chacon chases the ball. Will be a throw-in. Chacon tries to go towards the box. So a corner. There's Rangel chases. Rangel gets the ball. He can go forward now. Quintana deflects. And Venezuela protested for a penalty here. But the referee said no.
Yeah, shouts for a handball. But very quickly raved away. They weren't happy with that, Venezuela. But again, it's Venezuela trying to go down the left-hand side for them, trying to cut in field. It's almost worked for them on a number of occasions. This is a free kick for Australia, foul against Quintana. That's the way I think that Venezuela are going to try and break Australia down, is down that left. They fancy Quintana against Lynch. That's the matchup to watch, I think.
Absolutely, as we approach the final 2 minutes or so of this first extra time half. It's Barber that sends the ball long. As you said, Ollie, it seems as though that might be the approach from Australia in this extra time. There's Quintana. Will be a roll in, and Bravo takes it quickly towards Chacon. Chacon now has the ball. Chacon goes in towards a penalty area. Australia have to be careful here. As Venezuela looks sharp. Ball goes in from Bravo. Parried out, and now with the chance there from Chacon. A header chance, but it's wide of the post. An opportunity there, Ollie.
And you just wonder when Venezuela are going to take one of these gilt-edged chances. Chacon again should score. Much like Quintana should have into an open net. Barber once more didn't read the flight of the ball well. Couldn't get anything on it, and Chacon really should have put Venezuela in front.
Lynch down at the moment. There's the medical team of Australia assists him.
One thing Australia haven't done a lot of in this game is use their bench. As we'll move into 1 minute of added time. We've seen Benny Roach come on, but there are a number of other options on the bench. It's quite a youthful Australia bench, but I wonder if that's what they'll try and do here for the last half of extra time. And also, we've also got to worry about penalties, so we'll see some substitutions made in the last minute of the second half extra time with penalties in mind, so I wonder if that'll factor in.
It will be a substitution though, as you were saying, Ollie. It's going to be one earlier than expected, as Lynch is replaced by Izzo. Izzo yet to make.
Oh, it was his first international tournament. He's yet to make his knockout stage debut in a tournament or a final stage debut in a tournament, but he came into this World Cup having not made his international debut, but he's come on a number of times off the bench for Australia.
The ball goes to Bravo. Bravo goes forward, but it's blocked by Launder. As Chacon can take the long throw in. Quintana. As there will be a corner now for Bravo to take. He has options in the box, Bravo. It's blocked. Be another corner. Ball goes long. And the referee blows for this first half of extra time. As both teams go and get refreshments, go and get words from their coaches. And that first half, Ollie, was interesting. Chance from Venezuela. An opportunity, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a real opportunity for Chacon from the ball into the middle. There's been a couple of those that Venezuela haven't taken, and sometimes you see games where teams don't take their chances and then the other team can go and make them pay for it down the other end. There's not much time for Australia to do that in extra time, but whether they can win it in the shootout, maybe, who knows. But
it seems as though their tactic, though, for Australia is to launch the ball long in its extra time, Ollie. Would you agree?
Yes, and I don't think it's worked. You're trying to launch the ball long to one of Launder or Van Heer. Launder is obviously the tall target up there. Van Heer, everything but. And it hasn't worked. Van Heer's not the player you should be aiming for if you want to play a long ball game. He's not the player to try and target. So this is playing right into Venezuela's hands. If Australia want to play the long ball towards Van Heer, then they'll be happy with that every single day of the week. If they shape things around and maybe look for Launder instead or put Launder further forward, maybe that might work. But the Venezuelan defences have stood tall when they've needed to, but they haven't been put under any significant pressure by Australia as of yet.
No, we are going to get underway, and it looks like it is going to be Van Heer that gets us underway for this second half of extra time. Neither team will want to go to penalties, as it is very much a lottery, Ollie.
It is, and we've seen one penalty shootout already, haven't we? At the end of extra time, with England losing to Ukraine.
So, final stages of this extra time as we open the second half of this extra time. Final stages of the match, though, will be coming up shortly. Final 10 minutes as Barber goes forward. As Izzo gets the ball. Long shot from Boyce, but too much power on that. Over the bar. As Rangel can go forward. Goes towards Bravo. Bravo in the direction of Quintana. There's one back. As Australia can counter-attack now through Roach. Roach couldn't quite keep the ball in there. And already I'm seeing that Australia are trying to keep the ball on the floor in this opening stages, aren't they?
Yeah, and there's a clear change of tack there for Kyle Abbott's Chargers. They've realised that they've tried to go long, it hasn't worked, and now they're trying to play the ball along the floor, as you're saying, build it up that way, and already that's looked better than going long.
Bravo. Seems as though it was a play down for Australia, who requires medical assistance, but should be okay.
It's Jeremy Boyce. Referee pointed to the watchers to say, yeah, this time would be added on at the end. Jeremy Boyce is Australia's FT3 in the 7 currently out there. Spent the majority of this World Cup starting from the bench and then coming on for Daniel Campbell, but with Campbell not 100%, he was given the start for today's game. He's had a few opportunities to try and find the back of the net, but hasn't so far.
So, Rangel. To Alvarez. Alvarez goes long towards Quintana. Quintana now up against Ronda as Roach puts the balls out. Puts the ball out. Alvarez. Short roll in to Quintana. Battling well, Quintana there. Still battling. Roach gets the better and manages to go on a counter-attack now. As Boyce can go forward using his pace. But here is an option. Will he opt to go towards Roach? As saved by the goalkeeper, Moreno. So, we are well into extra time. 1-1 between Australia and Venezuela. As we go forward. Quintana. Chacon is offering support as he goes forward. As Rangel has the ball now. Puts the ball in towards the box, but it's saved by Barber. But it seems as though Quintana has a problem. Seems as though Barber is frustrated with that there, as the referee has a word with him.
Just a drop ball to get things officially back underway.
Barber goes long. There's Launda. Rangel using his pace to try and keep the ball here. As Quintana turns nicely. Alvarez. To Torres. Torres to Rangel. Rangel can now go forward. There's Bravo now on the ball. Chacon. Bravo. Opportunity into the box. It's a chance. It's a goal! It's a goal for Alvarez. By the looks of things, it's a goal for Venezuela. An opportunity for Venezuela into the box. We will see a replay to confirm who put it in. It's actually Chacon that puts the ball in. Chacon with a lovely close range finish to put Venezuela ahead. It's Australia 1, Venezuela 2, as they score in the closing stages of this game. Here in the commentary section, we did have a restricted view of that chance, but having seen it back, it was a close range shot for Chacon, as we find ourselves Australia 1, Venezuela 2, Ollie.
It definitely goes in off Ben Roach. It's whether Chacon gets a flick beforehand. It's gone in off Benny Roach's heel. It's whether Chacon had actually got anything on it to help the ball on. Might be one for full time. But in any case, Venezuela are in front with only a few minutes to play, and Australia now have to throw everything at it.
So, Australia tries to go forward now. Roach, will he take a shot? He will take a shot, but it's wide and curls over. Substitution for Australia, as Barber will be substituted. As well as Australia's number 3, Van here coming off.
Yeah, this is a ploy for Australia to try and get something more up top. Caelan Van Heer is Australia's FT1, and Christian Sangus is the other one. So they're going to bring off David Barber, put Sangus in between the sticks, and probably throw Bitsikas perhaps up forward, or move the magnets around so they have more presence up forward. It looks like Benny Roach has gone furthest forward, and Bitsikas, who's come on, has slotted into midfield, but it's a definite ploy to try and change the FT1s around and get Australia something more up top.
Torres goes long, goes to Australia. Does Australia now go long? But nothing comes of that. As Roach will try and chase. Ball goes long and Rangel. Quintana turns nicely, and Quintana might find himself through on goal here. And Quintana saved by the Australian goalkeeper. But Quintana still has the guns. So the strike, and it's another goal for. It's another goal for Alvarez. Alvarez close range, and it's another strike, meaning Venezuela extend their lead. Australia 1, Venezuela 3. As Alvarez goes in from close range, the Australia keeper tries to keep it out, but it rolls into the back of the net. And it had been quite an end to this game in extra time, Oliver.
Yeah, Australia trying to throw bodies forward. They have to at this point in the game. And Alvarez off the post. As that goes out of play, Christian Sangus, the Australia keeper, trying to get across. Might well have gone in off him, but there's no problems of that for Venezuela. They don't bother who the goal gets credited to. They'll win this game, and Australia will be consigned to the bottom 3 in terms of places by the looks of things at this Men's World Cup.
Well, you said earlier on in this game, as Australia go forward, Rhodes with a chance. Still has the ball. Safe hands by Moreno. Ollie, you were saying that you wondered whether it would be one of those games where you have the chances, but it's just not your day. But Venezuela has got the goals that they need to progress, and they have got them eventually as they go forward now through Quintana. Alvarez cross goal.
Again, a great run there from Anderson Alvarez. He got in behind Luke Launder. And of course, there's no offsides in cerebral palsy football, so you can do that. And that created an option for him to go in behind. The ball across was an intelligent idea, as Robert Chacon will go off. And he'll be replaced by Anthony Rea, but he's picked up some really good positions as Anderson Alvarez is coming on, and he's really helped Venezuela to what will be a win.
So it's Rea that's on the pitch now as Bravo goes in. Safe hands from the Australia goalkeeper. Your assessment, Ollie, as we approach the final stages?
Venezuela have been much better in this second half extra time when the game was there to be won, and they have been brilliant. Australia tried to plan for too long, that didn't work. And in the end, their reluctance to change things has cost them, as that'll be a foul against Bitsikas and a rather obvious yellow card.
And the team of Venezuela very happy at the moment. Seems as though those 2 goals have given them much more confidence as Coutinho goes forward. With a shot. Side netting. Australia go long. As Venezuela can go forward now. And it's full time at the Football Loud complex. The full time score is Australia 1, Venezuela 3. We were forced to go to extra time. It was Australia that took the lead in this fixture, but Venezuela were resilient and were forced to go to extra time as they equalised in normal time. And it was Venezuela that took the opportunities in extra time. A plan that went on for too long for Australia of going long meant that they left it too late as they tried to make substitutions. So it'll be Venezuela with the victory here. And it's been an entertaining game, hasn't it, Olive?
Yeah, it was an entertaining game. I think Venezuela really could have won it in normal time. So the fact that they've won it now, it's taken a little bit longer to reach the outcome, but I don't think that's an injustice at all. They were brilliant in the second half extra time. Scored the 2 goals that they needed. Once they got the first one with what I think was probably a Benny Roach own goal. Once that went in, Venezuela obviously had more chances to go forward. Australia were piling bodies forward and were caught out at the back. And if we're being honest, this is going to go down as a poor World Cup from an Australian point of view. Ranked 10 in the world, and they're going to be finishing either 13th, 14th or 15th, depending on how they go in their following games. But for Venezuela, they had a tough group, maybe hard to get a read on them. After some tough matches against some very good teams, they've come out against a team who they are similar to in the rankings, and they've done well to win this one. They deserve to win it. They'll move on to the next game that they'll play. And they'll play the winner of match 24, which was last night between Spain and Japan. Spain won that one, and so did Spain on the cards next for Venezuela, as Australia applaud their support.
Indeed, and it's been a pleasure to be able to take you through this game. Myself, Jude Aston, and Oliver Walker-Peel. We've thoroughly enjoyed it, and thank you for allowing us to take you through this game. There will be plenty of action tomorrow in the IFCPF World Cup, both in the men's and the women's.
And still one more game tonight too.
Absolutely. You'll be covering that one, won't you, Oliver?
Yeah, Ireland and Thailand on here.